Okay, today, boys and girls, we're going to be working on understanding what it means to observe like a scientist, and we'll be talking about different ways to learn, just like scientists do. So if you haven't already done so, please turn to page 179 and follow along as I read to you today. Different ways to learn. Scientists learn about the world around them. They find out what they know in many different ways. Scientists use their senses. Scientists do experiments to learn. They do experiments again and again to make sure they get the same results. Scientists learn from each other too. They ask each other, "How do you know?" They share what they learn. They give answers. They tell how they know. Go ahead and grab your pencil, boys and girls. And the first thing I want you to do is going back to the beginning of this reading. I want you to put a box around this sentence called scientists use their senses. That's right, scientists use their eyes to see. They use their nose to smell. They use their hands and skin to feel. They use their ears to listen. And sometimes, if it's safe, they use their sense of taste by putting things in their mouth to taste them. But that's just what they do to observe things around them in the world. Now, once they observe things, they start to think about questions, like we talked about in inquiry. They think, what do I want to know about something I don't already know about in the world? And then, as we talked about last week, they have to go ahead and figure out a way to try to come up with the answer. Now, in order to do this, scientists learn by doing something called experiments. Go ahead and take your pencil. In this second section, I'd like you to underline this sentence. Scientists do experiments to learn. Now, it's important for you to understand they don't just do an experiment one time. They do it over and over and over to see what happens. What we call this is getting the same results. What that means is if they did something, one time something happened, they would expect it to happen each time that they did it and come out the same way. If it doesn't, that presents new questions to them. But keep in mind, most experiments are designed so that you get the same result from one time that you try it to the next time that you try it. Now, scientists do a lot of experimenting, but as we already discussed in class, scientists love to share, and they learn from each other too. So friends, I want you to keep in mind that all those books that you've been reading, especially about topics, well, scientists learned about them, and they're sharing what they learn. So I want you to go ahead and take your pencil and go down here where it says scientists learn from each other too. I want you to circle that sentence. This is really important. They learn from each other. It's not just what they learn on their own. Now, if you look at these two girls who are scientists, the caption below the picture says that these scientists want to know how tall the plant will grow. So they're going to come up with an experiment. Whatever they try to do, they're going to see what happens as a result, trying to figure out how tall the plant will grow. Now, here's something I want you to do at the bottom of page 179. There's a question. Why might scientists want to learn from each other? Again, why might scientists want to learn from each other? I'm going to help you get started with your answer, but you have to finish it. All I'm going to do is use those high quality answers by grabbing some words from the question. Why might scientists want to learn from each other? You can start your sentence the same way. Scientists might want to learn from each other because. From there, friends, I need you to finish that sentence. And if yours goes below the line and you need a little more space, that's just fine. Please save that so that when we discuss some things about why scientists might want to learn from each other, you have your answer all set and ready. I'll see you tomorrow for our next science lesson.